Welcome to the Pretty Good Podcast, viewers.
Yeah. You there? Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon and good night. Energy surges as new powers awaken and perilous legends are revealed. First, partners, Scrot. I can't read that word. Anyways, hi.
Oh, I thought you just dropped that.
I mean,
crazy.
Kind of.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was off the dome.
I mean, what is off the, I thought off the dome to read that.
That's true.
Thus giving some credit.
That's
but
true.
Also giving more credit, saying I didn't think of that.
I just thought you spit that, and I was like, that was very, inspiring, to be honest. That alone, if you didn't know that was from the back of what it's from, then...
Look, dude, I'm just trying to command a rousing performance.
Exactly.
An arousing performance. How's Utah?
Utah was pretty sweet.
Oh.
Did you say no?
I said oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, it was
fun. Did you say no?
No. What?
Oh. Dude. Sweet.
Utah was cool. The drive sucked because I was in a U-Haul that was full. I was going in a U-Haul through Utah. And it was full of stuff, and we hit Salt Lake during rush hour traffic on Tuesday.
Salt.
And it was brutal. It took us 2.5 hours just to get from Ogden to Provo.
Wow. I can't imagine how the rest of the trip went. Already off to a fucking hoorah. What happened next?
We got there and we unloaded the truck into an elementary school.
Ah! Damn, dude.
Yep. And then we set up the next day for the bike race stuff, and I went to a bar in the town there of Payson.
Yo.
Yeah. And I went for a little mountain bike ride too.
Nice.
Up on it was called Four Bay Trail.
Nice.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. What next?
Then Friday, we set up more of the venue stuff and just got
more?
Yeah, and then got
couldn't get away from it, could you?
Yeah, because we had check-in for the race that night, so we had to go check in at the bike shop and get the course all signed and everything.
Of course.
Yeah, and we picked up a kid from the airport who works for Snohomish County, and he was a volunteer with us that day, and we got rental trucks, so I got to drive I think we got the rental trucks on Thursday, actually.
Oh.
So I got to drive a brand new Toyota Tacoma around for a little while.
Yeah.
And that was really nice.
It sounds
After
nice.
driving a U-Haul that caps out at 75 for 500 miles, just and to pass semi-trucks for 500 miles and holding the gas pedal all the way to the floor, only to having the truck go and the semi-truck, once you get going downhill, it starts going faster than you, and you're oh, well, now I'm fucked. And then so that was nice having a real car for
but
a
you
little
do
bit.
Have the meter showing fuel efficiency.
That's true.
That's pretty sick.
That is so sick. The fuel efficiency is huge.
Yeah.
Yep. And so when I was in the Tacoma, I got to take that Tacoma back to Salt Lake from Payson on Friday and go to a comedy show, a don't tell show.
La-di-da.
And I did a don't tell show at this cool little venue, kind of by the university in Salt Lake. And I went to a bar called Dick and Dixie's and had 2 Guinnesses before I went to the bar or to the comedy show. And those were good. And then I did the show and did the show with some very funny people. One was Andrea Morton, Utah comic, and then there's some other comics. Aaron Space Museum. What's his last name? Do you know who I'm talking about? He comes here a lot.
Woodall?
Yes, Aaron Woodall. He is coming here. He's gonna be on Off the Cuff this week. So that was fun.
Yeah, dude.
And then I drove back
Wow.
to Payson that night at like midnight.
Not even back. Okay.
I got to Payson. I got to Payson in the Tacoma. And on the way back in the Tacoma, it was so nice because like that thing went 100 miles an hour so fast. Like
That is so fast.
no, like you'd like touch the gas and you'd be like going 100 miles an hour. You get this because you drive new rental cars all the time.
I do.
They like you don't notice that you're going like 90 in like a fucking second as soon as you go into the freeway, especially when you drive an old shitty car as your daily, like you and I both do.
Do you get that like kind of entitled where all of a sudden now that you're like, fucking go?
Yes, dude, I was like so pissed.
Come on, pussy.
And I'm like fucking NASCAR weaving in and out of people at like midnight through Salt Lake City. And all of a sudden a cop is like coming up an on-ramp as I'm like slowing down from 100-mile-an-hour stint where I just weaved in between like 7 cars, like going over
now
all
the
5
story's
lanes.
boring.
And I look in my rearview mirror. I'm like, fuck, that cop's gonna pull me over. And I'm like, just like I looked at my speedometer as I'm passing him because I'd been slowing down from like passing someone, and I don't think he saw me do the swerving shit because he was like coming up the on ramp, and so I'm slowing down as I like pass by him, and he's like behind like a row of 3 cars, and I see my speedometer's at 93, and I just hold it at 93, and the speed limit there is like 80 or something. And so I just hold that, and I'm just going like straight in the lane that I like was in when he first saw me, and I just keep going, and I hold it straight, and I just keep going at 93 exactly, and I just keep going, and I look in the rear view, I'm like, and he wasn't there, and I was like, oh, thank God. So I made it home without getting pulled over, because that would have sucked to get a ticket for speeding.
Can you get back to setting up for the event?
Yeah. So then I get home,
metal
to the
barriers and
Airbnb.
shit.
Yeah, I get to the Airbnb at midnight after the comedy show.
Yeah, dude.
And I go to my bedroom in the Airbnb and try to get some
Here we
sleep.
go. Yeah.
And so I put on a time suck about a serial killer. And I try to fall asleep and I can't because it's about a serial killer and I'm scared.
Yeah.
So then I toss and turn for like 2 hours until 3 a.m. when my alarm goes off to get up to set up for the event.
Here we go.
So then I get up. I go down.
You used to get bibs for people, dude.
And I get some coffee.
Okay.
Or no, I actually did fall asleep, and my understanding was we were like go time was 4, and my alarm didn't go off, and I woke up naturally at 4:05.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh fuck. And then I look at my phone, and I had set my alarms at the comedy show. I'd set them for 3:30 p.m. Not a.m. And then I hear like people talking downstairs, and I go downstairs. I'm kind of like stressing and like freaking out, and I've already taken 20 milligrams of Adderall. As soon as I woke up, I was like, oh. And then my boss is like, oh, we decided 4:30 last night. And I was like, oh, sick. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to try to calm down a little bit. And so we go down there. Yeah. And we had already set up most of the gates and everything the day before.
Good. Nice. Smart.
Yep.
But you're still setting stuff up, right?
Yeah, so we unroll all the scrim, like this.
Scrim, what's that?
Scrim is like the netting with like the logos on it that you have at like the finish line of races and stuff.
Those are the
like
best.
Around the finish line tunnel.
Yeah,
it's called the finish tunnel. And then we have a big arch that blows up.
No.
And at first there was drama. Get this.
Don't touch me.
Get this.
You're touching me. Thank you.
Get this.
I get it.
There's drama that the blow up thing that we bought isn't gonna be enough air blowing to get the arch up and staying.
So you had to do it by mouth?
No, so then we turn it on and it is actually powerful enough.
Don't scare me like that, man.
I know. Okay. And then, we set up all the tents and everything and the tables and things run smooth and people show up.
Classic for an event.
Yeah, classic for an event. We set up all the tables and stuff and they show up and I get my camera out and we're like handing out numbers and we're checking people in. We're giving people timing chips and people are showing up and some lady drives down like the finish way. Even though we put all these road closed signs out everywhere. She like somehow managed to get through and she rolls right down and she yells at me. It's like 20 minutes before the race is supposed to start. And she's like, these detour signs are so messed up. And I'm like, I didn't I didn't put the detour signs out. I put a big road closed sign, like as wide as the lane. I don't know how you got in here.
Yeah.
Like, and she's
interrupting your show. I mean,
and
you're
so
setting
I
up.
told her to like back up, and she like backed up and then turned around, and so, and then like one of the guys was like, you could have like, you know, let her out in the middle. I'm like, no, she needs to learn. Also, I wanted to see where she came in at, so that I could close it up.
Smart, more planning. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I can tell.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a logistics large.
Yeah. Alliterations.
Large logistics.
Yeah.
LLC.
Totally.
Large logistics LLC. Large logistics LLC. Large logistics LLC. It's large logistics LLC. It's you and me and Max makes 3. It's this is that is pretty sweet.
All right, more setting up.
More
talk,
setting up
please.
talk. Yeah. So then after we got all that set up, I had to run around and set up like a camera on like the main little like run up drive for when all the racers started and came through like the historic town, and then I had to post a little video of it on the Instagram, and then I still have more stuff to do. I'm planning right now on after this. Oh yeah, sorry. Can't play that, huh?
Oh, look at those flags over the street.
Yeah, right. There's like a little creek right there that runs through town. It's a pretty cool little town, and like there's a big mountain in the background that they like went up and over and stuff. So one thing that we messed up on the planning for the whole event was like we didn't put enough water out for people, or like mark where people could refill their waters during the hill climb. So I guess a lot of people like got to the top of the hill and they were like, I ran out of water, and I was like, oh well, you could have
thirsty boy.
You could have filled up water like at one of the 17 campgrounds with spigots that are on the way up, but like I guess we didn't mark those well enough, so that's on us.
You know, with all this setting up,
there's a lot of setting up, and there's only like 6-7 people that are like really accounting for everything, so it's like hard to
so many
remember
setups,
it all.
but
And there's like a few, you know, over 100 people coming to ride, and like over 70 of them are going like 90 miles. So it's a lot of like prep and stuff that you have to like have all over different areas, you know, over along a 100-mile route.
all this setup. Are there any punchlines?
There are. Some people fell.
That's awesome. That's what you want to see. What do you mean, so, like a lot? Like
No,
a
like
pile up?
No, there wasn't a pile up, but like there was a big descent at the end, like that was steep and like fast. And some of the faster guys, like the younger guys, like our age and stuff, they like were going probably like 50 miles an hour and like went down and like got gnarly road rash and like burned their like suit off basically, and like their like shifter melted. It was this guy Brian. He was a cool dude. I ended up talking to him. He was like 26, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
His brother lives in Meridian.
Oh,
He's a big Penguins fan.
that's awesome.
Cool guy.
Sick.
Yeah.
Penguins the animal, or is that a sport team?
Nope, that's an NHL team.
Oh,
I like the animal.
good.
The surfing one specifically.
Sure, yeah. I think that's most of them.
It didn't seem like it in the documentary. It seemed like a pretty select few.
Did we both watch National Geographic?
No, I'm talking about the one from Sony Pictures,
Oh. Sony
Studios. It was from like 2003 or 4. No, I think it actually was like more like 2007 maybe. It's called what's it called? Cody Maverick. Surf's Up.
Heard of it.
Yeah.
I would recommend the National Geographic ones. They actually build their own wave runners to tow the penguins out to like the really, really big kahuna waves that, like, you know, it would take you a day and a half to paddle to, but they rip you out there and they tow them in.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
But it usually, you know, the polar bears and killer whales kind of fuck with them. But that's part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Did you know that killer whales hate great white sharks? Like they'll just straight up like hit them out of nowhere and rip their liver out and just leave them to die.
Just the liver?
Yep.
Do the livers taste good or
I don't
something,
know
or?
if it's like a power move or like it's like a scalping thing or.
What if it's like when the dolphins do the thing with the pufferfish and it gets them high? Because sharks have a lot of mercury in them, I think. Maybe
That's
that
true.
fucks
And
with
livers
'em.
like is where you like all your toxin. Like when humans drink, all the alcohol is processed in the liver.
You imagine
So
taking
maybe sharks have like it gets the whales crazy. Dude, I think you're onto something actually with that. We should call a biologist.
we should catch and kill and cook a bunch of endangered sharks and film it all and use our real names and not cover our faces.
Why is your like first go-to thing always to kill and cook something,
'Cause
or
I'm
just
hungry.
to cook something?
'Cause I'm a hungry little boy. What's wrong with being hungry?
I'm not
I'm a tall good boy. I'm gonna be hungry.
It's just like
Also a curious little guy.
you just want to know what stuff tastes like.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Sue me.
I don't know. I can't. I don't have the money nor time for a lawsuit.
You got the time.
I got the time. I don't have the money. It depends on what I'm getting out of the lawsuit.
Shark fin soup. Shark liver.
You can still get that in places.
Yeah, probably. Either way, I think you could take a giant bite out of a shark liver. If you were a whale, you'd probably feel pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really astute observation. You're thinking like a scientist.
You think I'm thinking like a scientist?
Yeah, your Bill Nye is coming out.
Yeah, dude. I can imagine if I planned your bike race. I can ride all those people.
Do you want to
Into
help
the-
with it?
No.
Okay.
So badly.
Do you want to be?
No. But what? Just tell me about the fences you set up more. That I really.
Well, a lot of it has to do with like mapping out like where stuff goes on
that makes
the
perfect
route.
sense.
So like you look at it from Google Maps and you're like, okay, the bikers are gonna come in this way, so we're gonna need gates here, 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 and here, and we're closing one side of the highway. And then part of it also is getting to announce the people's names as they come across the finish line and say fun stuff through a mic. Like that's Johnny J Money Big Bones out of Durango, Colorado, and it's like a 70-year-old man who's like, and he's like, thanks. I'm like, yeah, buddy.
That is some funny shit, man. God, you know, it sounds magical, the place you went.
It is.
It sounds, yeah, like, I don't even know.
Payson, Utah.
Yeah.
Everyone
dude.
should go to Payson, Utah.
You got to drive a U-Haul?
Go to Payson,
And-
Utah, and go to the Go to the Wee Shoe bar,
Yeah.
and don't get the club sandwich.
Dixon Dixie,
But
baby.
they served 32-ounce beers.
That's 2 pounds.
I had 2 as a celebratory end of the race
Good old
on
2
Saturday
fluid
night
pounds of beer.
of going on Big Wave. And then I sang
Some
Chicken
penguins.
Fried by Zach Brown Band on karaoke.
I mean, sounds perfect.
It was a great cap to the show.
Sounds race. Yeah, man.
And then I drove 500 miles or 400 miles back to Boise in the U-Haul and unloaded the U-Haul yesterday at like 3 in the afternoon, the hottest part of the day, in the sun, just in the back of a U-Haul that's been in the sun driving through the hottest part of the country all goddamn day. It was so, I was really sweaty.
Mm-hmm.
But you know when like you work, like you get a really good workout in?
No.
Shut up. And you're all like sweaty and like cut from not eating or drinking anything for like a full day.
Yeah.
And you like look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, and you like just got some sun, you know, but like not too much sun, but like maybe you don't know about that, but like I feel like you've maybe gotten a little tan in your life a couple times. Your neck is
Yeah,
tan.
If I
I
have,
remember when
haven't
we were
seen it.
landscaping, you were darker.
Maybe.
Anyways,
Yeah.
you know about being cut.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Feeling
jacked.
yourself in the mirror.
Yeah. I'm in really good shape. I
Yeah, it was
understand.
nice.
Sometimes I
That's
jerk
what I
off
like.
to myself. Just look in the mirror.
You do have captivating eyes.
I bet.
They're like a deep blue ocean. I could
Scary.
swim in them forever.
Well, if you see a shark, try its liver.
What if a shark came out of your eye?
Yeah, man. What if a shark came out of
Like
my
I was
eye?
looking in your eye, or like you're looking in my eye, and like you see something moving in like the back, like in the white reflection from the light, and you're like, "What is that?" And then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it jumps out, and it's a shark and it eats you.
Oh, what would be scarier, that or just looking at someone's eye and just their eyes come out, just help, and then you have to help them get their eyes back in, and you don't know what you're doing because you've never seen this happen before in real life, and so you're I don't know, you spit on your hands really quick and try, and then it doesn't work. You get the eyes mixed up, and there's just like two like eye veins crossing
Why
across
would
their
you
nose.
spit on your hands first?
I don't know. I've never done this before. This isn't the
Is
time
that
to
your
ask questions.
instinct? Like when doing anything medical, like you spit on your hands, that doesn't seem sanitary.
Did you see how Jesus cured that blind dude?
No,
He spit
'cause
in some
I
mud and
wasn't
threw it in his
there.
eyes.
No one was there.
I was. Now, look, dude, tensions are high.
I was the blind guy.
Yeah, tensions are high, okay? There's not a right way to handle this situation, okay? Your eyes just came out for no reason, and I gotta get them back in. Yeah, I spit on my hands. Whoopsie daisy. All right?
All right.
Anyways, you put them both in, but you fucked up because they're in the wrong eyes now. So
Oh,
there's just
shit.
these two cross
And there's like
eye
a-
socket veins crossing
Like
your
glasses.
nose. Yeah, so you're like, fuck. Pop them back out. You gotta try again. And then you're like, all right, you hold this one so I don't fuck it up or something. And then you gotta be like, I can't see. Where is it?
I would
I'm like,
make
oh, that's
them
fine.
hold it like this, and then I would just go bop.
You could do that. You could do that too.
I'd be like, your hand here, and then I'd put the eyes in their hands, and then I'd go bop.
But also, before you do that, you gotta, like, this is a pretty rare opportunity. Maybe ask them, have you ever seen the top of your head before?
Do you want to see the back of your head?
Do your eyes still work?
Wait, can you look inside my mouth and see if this is cancer? Oh.
Don't shoot. My bad. It's like a gumball. Oh, shit, my bad, dude.
Whoa, that was like a boba.
Use that other one.
Oh, God, that's okay.
Yeah, so that or the shark.
The shark.
For sure.
Speaking of that, have you seen the Pharrell Williams Lego documentary?
Pharrell Williams, what documentary?
Lego documentary?
No.
It's really good.
Do his eyes come out?
No, but they're sharks.
That's awesome.
And at the beginning, he goes, I was obsessed with water. I was from Atlantis, and I was obsessed with Neptune. And then he talks about how he was chosen, like, to be, like, the best. I was like, I identify so much with that right now. I'm never identified with something more than being Neptune's son.
That you
and
were
feeling
chosen
by the water gods to be an artistic savant.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're called the Neptunes.
That's why you're called the Neptunes.
Well, I'm basically the Neptunes of the Boise comedy scene.
Yeah. Yeah, you sure are. What does that mean?
I don't really know, to be honest.
If
I could say
Neptune
we're
a
the
piece of
What
shit.
if I say we're the Neptunes of the Boise comedy scene?
You can say that all you want. I probably won't say that. One, I don't know what it means. Two, I don't think highly of myself. Or you either, for that matter. Now get back to talking about setting up fences. Stick to what you're good
All
at.
right, they were aluminum.
What day was this?
This was Friday.
It was warm,
Really warm.
windy.
Not windy.
Oh, that's good.
And there were high schoolers helping us.
Now I want to talk about shark livers again. That was funner, I think.
Do you like this picture of this goat on my computer? And how he's
Yeah.
kind of like looking back at it?
Yeah, I wonder how it tastes.
I took that
You
at the
took
Portland
that.
Zoo.
Oh, that's cool. That's yeah.
Isn't that funny?
This is really funny. It's like one of the funniest things. He's like looking back
I
at you.
couldn't believe like how perfect, like his little feet like poised at the bottom. Like
Yeah.
his mouth, he's got like a piece of hair, and he's like it almost doesn't look real.
No, yeah, dude. I was gonna ask if it was AI, but because of the feet.
Yeah, those Portland Zoo mountain goats be a little freaky like that. They like to look back at it. If I send you this, will you use it as the background for this episode?
Yeah.
Can I just airdrop it? Do you have your iPad?
Upstairs.
Okay, I'll send it to you when we're done.
Yeah, that's a good idea because I'm exporting something right now, and if you fuck that up, I would punch you in the labia.
That makes sense.
No,
do you want to see some of the pictures that I took from this weekend?
Yeah. There better be the fences and tables. Maybe some merch.
Here, check it out.
Those tents, the canopies that you get. It's like a portable gazebo. I bet you guys had some of those. You had to have. You know, like a folding chair, but the tent version.
Yeah. Yeah, we have like 6 of those. 7 maybe. Okay, so here's some flowers at the Airbnb we're at.
Flowers? Okay. That's pretty.
And that's the Airbnb that we stayed at? Pretty, right?
It is. Do you see? This is the cabin we stayed at. Do you see? Yes. Yes, I see. Don't blink.
That's the mountain.
I see it.
This mural is on the side of the Airbnb.
It's so
Isn't that
pretty.
trippy? Look, there's little fairies.
Oh. Happy Pride.
And I feel like this is the first time I'm looking at
the bees
them.
are bigger than that. That's terrifying.
This is the first time I'm looking at these faces. They all are like actually really specific. I'm wondering if this is the family that like lives here. I don't know.
They got a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely like, you know how Salt Lake is.
I do. Yeah,
that's what it was. I mean, but and then there was like
anywhere had a lot of people.
Cute little door that led to the backyard there. Okay, that one's better. And then that's like the backyard area, and then there was like that ivy on the wall, and then that's like a little robot man that was hiding in the backyard area that I saw. Cute. And then there's like a little thing right there.
Oh.
And there was like these little owls. So pretty awesome.
Pretty fucking awesome, man.
That's another picture of the house from like looking up at it. That is the parking lot that we were in during the morning. Let me turn the brightness up, I think.
Yeah. I need to look at this parking lot.
Yeah, so okay, here we go. This shows the fences.
Yeah.
Look at all those fences and cones I did. And then you can see the scrim, and that's the arch. And then that's a nice bike.
Yeah.
That was a historic building.
Oh.
1891.
That's
these
historically in the past.
I like these like stained glass and like the old. I like the old stuff.
Yeah. I like the old stuff. I like the old truck. I like this cabin. I like the 2 owls and rusty truck.
Here's some old people.
Wow. Look at that person. Oh, that's just cute.
Right?
Yeah.
That one came out really good, actually. Wow. I'm getting better at this.
Sure, man. Yeah, look at those studs. They just bulked.
Damn it.
Whatever.
That guy has really cool tattoos, and he complimented my tattoo, and it made me feel so good about myself. This one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way you can top this, right? There's not like any more.
Like photos?
Yeah.
I mean, I have like hundreds of more photos.
No way. There's no way you jammed that much action into this weekend, dude.
I have so many photos.
Wow.
Look
you
at
drew all of these?
Yeah, I drew every single one of these people.
That's impressive, man.
I drew them with my
You should
Drawing ability.
charge money for this.
For drawing these?
Yeah.
For these?
Yeah.
If I drew that?
You didn't?
Yeah, I did that.
Okay.
Are you being serious?
Yep. Serious as a shark attack.
For this?
Especially for that. Wow, really that one.
That's chowder.
Don't charge for that one. It's shit. It's garbage. There's too much brown in it. Next. Next picture.
Brown on brown.
There we go. Now we're talking. Look at that bulge. Hey. This guy knows what he's doing. Oh, now we're cooking.
Look at this guy's fucking arms.
Oh, dude. I am.
Daddy. That's Ruben.
Even more than that, I'm looking at their noses, not because I'm into noses, but I'm trying to be.
It's a nice one. Of the fence.
No nose.
Of the fence.
It's a sick ass fence.
There's a lot of little family shots.
Yeah, look at them. Talking, conversing.
Some people finishing. It's a good one with the mountain in the background.
I'm absolutely wet, dude.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, Poppy.
Yeah, you just have like the lens, you know.
Yeah,
it's like a part of you.
It speaks to me every fourth shot.
I bet. Yeah.
Once I get it in focus for one shot out of a burst of 3 or 4,
you got yourself 4 pictures.
I can get one. See?
Stats don't lie.
It's like, that's a good one.
It's super good.
Right?
Right. Yeah. If
you were this man, would you be happy with this photo?
If I was that man, I would not be happy. But if I was just in the picture where that guy's standing, I'd be like, fucking airdrop that to me. I'm not going to pay for it, but like, give me, not that one though. Arms too limp.
That's a pretty good one.
He's not standing as tall. It's not a you problem, it's a him problem. Yeah.
Podiums.
2 medals, huh? Look at that guy.
Oh, there we go.
He looks stoked.
Yeah.
Absolutely
fired up.
How far did he ride a bike?
Probably 65 miles.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet he didn't have a fuel efficiency meter, though.
No, definitely not. Actually, you know what? He might have. A lot of these people use bike computers, and it tells them, like, how much wattage they're, like, putting out through their cranks.
What?
Yeah, that's how they measure, like, bike
nice
power. Is in watts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. But also, through their cranks, like, watts out of the... Just... If they
it's
were...
how much you're how hard you're pedaling creates, like, how much wattage.
So the computer's going, if you were a computer, this is how much power you're giving.
Yeah, that's how it works, I think. I just know it's called watts.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming... I know it's measured through, like, how much effort you're putting into the pedaling.
It's watts. Fuck it. Yeah. Who cares?
And when I think of it, I think of, like, old-timey people powering light bulbs with bikes.
If that's not a watt, or at least a volt, I don't know what is.
More people on the podium.
Why? What? You could have that sign anywhere, and it would always apply. Sports game just on the street, no event at all. People would be like, yeah, why?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Socrates. Why?
Oh, that was Brian.
Who the fuck is Brian?
That was the guy that was telling you about who crashed. He won like the
Hilarious.
whole thing as well.
Oh,
He was like the fastest guy.
wow. He's so fast.
He was so fast.
Brian can ride his bike like really fast.
These guys all rode their bikes 93 miles.
Per hour?
No, like distance.
Oh. That's just as cool.
Look at that guy's freaking.
Yeah, he looks like he's got a foundation. So does she now.
Damn it.
A lot of talent in these photos.
Yep. Wait for these ones.
Oh my goobers. Oh man, yeah.
When this lady walked up, I was like,
Just because she looks like or
for a second, I thought it was
yeah.
her face, because she walked up and I like right in the corner of my eye, and the way her sunglasses were and like her haircut, I was just like, what? And like double taked.
That's yeah.
But it wasn't.
Oh. Staff.
Yeah, so that was the event.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty great day. Pretty fantastic.
Next week, can we talk about you taking it down? Breaking down how you took it down.
No. Can't do that. Can't give away trade secrets like that.
But people need to know how to fold up.
They can bring us in and they'll see it
Skims
firsthand.
or what was it?
Scrim.
Yeah, scrims.
No, just scrim.
Scrim. No matter how many.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, if you wanted me to bring you 2 of them, how would you say that?
Hey, can you bring those scrim over here?
No, I need to know how many. There's a lot over here.
Can you bring the 2 rolls of scrim over here?
2 rolls of scrim. Okay. That's fucked up.
All right, should we end it?
Yeah.
What do you got going on when this comes out?
Nothing.
All right. Is this coming out in 2 weeks?
Yeah, something like that.
What episode are we releasing this week? 198, 199?
I think, yeah, it's one of those 2, probably.
Is that what you're exporting right now?
I think so. I really don't know anything right now. I'm just thinking about sharks and events and killer whales and all the penguins surfing and Tacomas and fences, dude. And scrim. Scrim's that.
All right, well, then this has been another episode of the Pretty Good Podcast.
An amazing episode of the Pretty Good Podcast.
Go get yourself some scrim.
Yeah.
And follow us, fuckers.